Your child looks right at you and says, "That's not fair." Or maybe it's, "You never let me do anything." Or my personal favorite, "Why do I have to listen to you?" And just like that, suddenly a super simple conversation turns into a full-blown argument. Welcome to Next Gen Parenting. If you're looking for practical parenting tips and child psychology insights to turn daily family conflict into meaningful connection, well, you are definitely in the right place. Today's explainer is all about decoding a behavior that pushes literally every parent's buttons, and we'll look at how the experts handle it without losing control.
So let's really dive into this. When your kid shouts that classic phrase, it instantly triggers that visceral, exhausting frustration we all know too well, right? Your heart rate spikes, and you probably feel this immediate, intense urge to just shut it down.
In a split second, what should be a basic instruction escalates into an absolute battlefield. Now, many parents see this backtalk as sheer, unadulterated disrespect, and honestly, it feels incredibly personal. But what if your child isn't actually trying to attack you? What if their behavior is actually trying to tell you something really important? They just don't have the right tools to say it yet.
So what exactly is talking back? Well, it can include a whole bunch of things. Arguing, questioning rules, complaining, challenging your authority, or just using a seriously rude tone. And while, yeah, some of this behavior is genuinely disrespectful, a lot of the time kids aren't actually trying to be rude. They're often just trying to express some really complex feelings that they don't yet know how to communicate properly.
To truly resolve this, we have got to look beneath the surface of the iceberg. There are 5 hidden reasons why kids do this, starting with reason number 1.
Reason number 1, they are learning independence. As children grow, they naturally want more control over their own lives. So when they yell, "Why do I have to do that?" what they might actually be saying is, "I want to make my own decisions." For toddlers, asserting no is all about testing boundaries. For middle schoolers and teens, it's about forming their own identity. So a great pro tip here is to allow age-appropriate choices. Try asking something like, "Hey, would you like to do your homework before dinner or after dinner?" You'd be amazed. Children cooperate so much more when they feel involved.
Let's move on and see how this builds with reason number 2, which really explains why things can escalate so incredibly fast. They feel unheard and like their opinions just don't matter. Sometimes, children simply talk louder because they feel like nobody is listening to them. When kids believe their opinions don't count, they can become super argumentative. So instead of immediately correcting them, try saying, "I hear what you're saying, tell me more." Just feeling heard can drastically reduce their need to argue.
Moving right along to the 3rd reason. And fair warning, this one shines a sometimes uncomfortable light on our own habits as parents.
Kids learn communication by observing adults. It's a tough pill to swallow, but children don't always do what we say, they absolutely do what they see. Meaning, if they regularly witness yelling, interrupting, or sarcasm between adults, they're going to copy those exact behaviors. Our own calm communication is literally the most powerful teaching tool we have in our arsenal.
Reason number 4 focuses on their rapidly developing, but still very immature, brains. Big emotions, small skills. Kids experience incredibly powerful emotions, but they don't always have the vocabulary to express them. What sounds like deliberate disrespect might actually be frustration, disappointment, stress, or anxiety. Especially with younger kids, their prefrontal cortex, which is the part of the brain that regulates emotion, is totally underdeveloped. When they're overwhelmed, their brain just goes straight into a panic. So we need to help them name their feelings. Saying something like, "You seem really frustrated right now," gives them the exact vocabulary they're lacking.
And finally, reason number 5 reminds us of a totally fundamental psychological truth.
Negative attention is still attention. If a child feels disconnected, they might use arguments just to get some interaction from you. Kids are hardwired for connection, and if it's not happening in a positive way, they will force it negatively. This makes scheduling quality one-on-one time absolutely critical. Ask yourself, have I spent real undistracted time with my child recently? Sometimes just filling their connection cup completely eliminates the backtalk.
Now, what's really interesting here is looking at the common mistakes we make versus what smart parents do instead. A huge mistake is matching their tone. The child gets louder, the parent gets louder, and bam, everyone is upset and in fight or flight mode. Taking it personally or fighting to win are also traps. Parenting isn't about winning arguments. It's about teaching life skills. So, the smart strategy? Stay calm. Your calmness teaches emotional control, and your child can literally borrow your calm emotional energy.
And this beautifully illustrates the authoritarian parenting sweet spot.
This is where we maintain clear, firm behavioral expectations while still being incredibly warm, accepting, and communicative. Unlike demanding strict obedience or totally avoiding confrontation, authoritative parenting perfectly balances high control with high warmth. It's a real game changer.
So here's how you actually do that in the heat of the moment. Step 1. Pause before you respond. Just take a deep breath for a few seconds. Step 2. Name what you are feeling internally to slow your own nervous system down. And step 3. Use a grounding mantra. Tell yourself, this isn't personal, I'm the leader here. This stops you from reacting like you're just your child's peer.
By separating the perfectly valid feeling from the totally unacceptable behavior, you teach healthy boundaries. You can validate the emotion by saying, hey, it's okay to be angry, but you hold that line by adding, it is not okay to be rude. A really great technique here is offering a do-over. Say, I want to hear you, but not like this. Let's rewind and try that again. It gives everyone a second chance to communicate respectfully.
Understanding the real message behind the behavior honestly changes everything. When you realize that hiding behind the sass and eye rolls is a kid saying, I want more independence, I'm frustrated, or I need attention, you stop taking it so personally. It shifts you from being an angry enforcer to becoming a compassionate guide. Because at the end of the day, the goal isn't to raise children who never question authority. The goal is to teach them how to do it respectfully. Kids who respectfully question things often become adults who think critically, communicate confidently, and stand up for themselves. We want to teach them to negotiate, to state their views thoughtfully, and yeah, to accept a no with grace.
So, when children talk back, don't just listen to the words, listen to the message underneath. Because every challenging behavior is often just a child asking for guidance, connection, or understanding. And sometimes the most powerful parenting tool isn't control, it's communication. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What's the funniest thing your child has ever said while talking back? Drop your moments and how you handle them in the comments below. And if you found this explainer helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for next-gen parenting. Together, let's raise respectful, confident, and emotionally intelligent kids.